Said 50K play money heads up game. Sat down with 19K. Felt weak there, his bets, but it was the first hand, so I'm just feeling it out. That's the only thing about gut shots is when you make them, unless you're chasing, unless you're calling big bets and make them, you very rarely get a big pot out of them. So they're almost not even worth it chasing because you very rarely double up. Unless you're calling big bets. If you're calling big bets and you luck out, then you double up. But you're a fish. So they developed this new torture technique where I hear a click in my ear, then I feel a pain in my neck now. But I could redirect it to the person and alleviate my pain. I'll show the bluff this time. Maybe I'll get some calls. And at the very least, maybe he'll try to bluff me and I could catch him. Here's the jug. No. The 7. I wanted to see at that time. It was only 4K. For future information, unless he leaves. I'm trying to recall how I played the last several times I played heads up so I could alter my strategy. So I'm trying to make it so cards rejuvenate me and age the complicit enemies that know that cards are able to leech attributes off people. All technology, all manufacturing, infrastructure, all the food I eat, I wanted to diminish my human hijackers' biology and enhance my biology. As well as for my kids. My only 2 kids, they try to subliminally show that I have different kids. They pretend to be me. They would be hunted down. Pretend to be my kids, basically. Instead of me. Somebody hacked me to say pretend to be me. I've talked about my kids, so why would I say pretend to be me? They try to simulate that my daughter is an enemy combatant, but she's not consciously aware of the system, and she wouldn't want to be raped and diminished and aged either. Nobody would, consciously. Most sane people wouldn't.
Okay.
So they like to put subliminals on my cards, so because they know where I'm gonna look when I look at my cards when they first appear. They try to diminish my assets, my abilities. It'd be attributes, not abilities. I mean assets. It'd be my abilities, attributes, and possibly they are trying to steal my assets. So. That was nice. I got to double up with aces. Does he? Oh, he rejoined. So the player I'm playing with, I think could see my cards, at least prior to saying that, after the hand. Whatever I'm about to say, they usually try to show the opposite to fool the system. So all you have to do is look previously about 10 seconds prior to that, or the day before that, or my entire life before then. And I only ever complain about stuff that's currently going on. Not, I don't mention how I have blister scars that I'm going to be able to prove in court one day, but this place I lived at in Sault Ste. Marie, they would cause blisters. And I mentioned it recently, so they're going to possibly start it up again, but it's been over a year. I only had it, I lived there for maybe 6 months. I had blisters while I lived there, suspiciously. Like on my legs, wherever I sat down, it would hurt the most for weeks at a time. And then it went away for over a year now. Previously, I had a headache every day for a year. They caused me to have a headache every day for a year, and now I don't get headaches at all. It starts and I can control it. Never got COVID. Haven't got sick since I found out, since I did my DNA and found out I had evolutionary gene. I haven't got sick at all, and that's been like 6 years. Because before then, my body didn't realize it, and I wasn't consciously aware of it to be able to fight it off. So I'm able to mind over matter. They need technology. They're trying to develop technology right now as I speak to make me sick. And the beauty is all this metadata is collected in different countries, and so prime ministers, they have a limited shelf life, and so they're going to be held accountable once they're regular citizens for how they treated me, because they're really, in the future, they're going to be my subordinates. So they're dereliction of duty, executions most likely, after they're publicly eviscerated for what they do to the innocent people, how they electronically violate them. They're going to be shamed in public, city by city, for probably about a year, and then publicly executed. Worldwide. This is a worldwide problem. Most leaders in the world are complicit. Some may not be. Just like most celebrities are complicit, some aren't. Usually the best athlete on the team is the guy on the bench, and some of the fans in the crowd or at home. They're the best athletes that are being leached off of manufactured androids. They get people that you see on screen. They're the ones getting credits, but it's some computer program that's making them do these things. That's why ever since I've been born, I was born in '77. If you look at the U.S. Olympic golds, how they've improved in Olympic sports, and Canada's improved in Olympic sports ever since I've been born. They're getting more gold medals because they could leech off my body's attributes, denying my family of our greatness. My son would be the best soccer player on the planet, and they're diminishing his opportunities. They brainwashed him to make him not even love it anymore. He used to love it. Instead of being, when he was about 14, 15 years old, instead of playing video games, he was out practicing all the time. And I'll show you a video later on where he goes bar down. He intentionally tried hitting the crossbar from about 30 to 40 yards away, accurately, right after I threw a football about 35 yards away accurately to hit bar down with the football on our first take, our first try. It wasn't like we tried it for hours and filmed it. That perfect moment, the very first try, we did it. And it takes computers to prevent us from doing that. So after I bust this guy, I'll show you. And everything I say could be backed by science. Okay, so I busted him. So this is
here's some of that evolutionary talent. Here's me going bar down with the football. Looks pretty transitioning with my son. But the scouts do believe he has the higher ceiling of the two.
Well, soon after the news.
So he'd be the best soccer player on the planet. He was only 14 at the time. He was lights out. And he's not a selfish player. He's a playmaker. He's kind of the guy you want on the team, really. He could get the goals, but he rather set up and make phenomenal plays. And he loves defense. So, really, it's partially my fault. I guess I could have, I didn't realize it at the time, but I should have been emailing all the coaches in Europe, especially showing them videos of his talent, basically. And but I should have consistently did it for years, showed videos, but I did post videos so people secretly know us, so they've been scouting him his entire life. So we shouldn't have had to jump through hoops. We should have been discovered. I posted this video of me doing a double kick. There was a hat, it was about 6 feet high, where I would kick the hat down, then kick it up. It flipped up and I landed it on my head. It took me about 100 tries to get it down, because once it was airborne, it was out of my control. So I had to try to balance, like adjust my body to the hat as it was falling down to land on my head. So it took me about 100 tries, and then I got it. Then the second time I did it within three to 5 tries. So I possibly could have got it down to 1 and 2 tries. So I sent the video to People Are Awesome, and it never even made it online, because they're trying to suppress me. Try to make it so I don't become well known, even though when I was 19 I was offered a modeling tryout in New York City. But they wanted me to lose muscle mass, and I wouldn't sacrifice my body for money. You got to take me how I am. So let's see how this so no spade came, so that's good. Possibly anyways. But a queen came, so. Okay, so I think this guy's weak, so I'm just gonna call. Normally I would jam because I think he's weak, but I'm gonna call. I want to see what he does. Some pocket aces again. if you're new to poker, you can't go wrong jamming with pocket aces, because usually you get called by a bad hand, and then they have to get lucky. So fours, he's probably going to hit the 4, because usually it's the lowest of the 3 that hit. But that's twice I won with pocket aces and at least doubled up and had trips. That time it full house. So I'm kind of getting this luck on play money, unfortunately, but when I play real money, so there's going to be a pattern. So this is what I looked like at 19 when I got offered to go to New York for modeling. This is me in my 30s. I'm gonna try to rejuvenate so I look like this. I don't want to look 19. I want to look like that. And this is the happy camper that I used to be. And this is my DNA map. Everything but the white area I have ethnic relations to, so I have claims to every throne on the planet since I have this evolutionary gene. It means I have the oldest bloodline. I have the most kings and queens and emperors and sultans in my bloodline. And here's my DNA. But if you see right here, this column right here, I'm missing the telomeres, which are responsible for aging. That's why I shouldn't age past. I should have matured as an adult and stayed forever young at that point. So they're causing me to age, basically. I have a video where it shows me 4 years ago looking older than I did in the video looking from 3 years ago. So I have video proof. So I want to rejuvenate, and with these right here is the claim to the throne, basically, because any royal family, they're gonna want a higher concentration than what I have of those particular genes. It's kind of hard to see, but right in here with subliminal software, you'll see a face, and they use that to age me. Basically, they put subliminals on my body to age me. And I'll show you a clear subliminal from an ashtray, 2 of them. You could clearly see a face in the ash vault, and this was a subliminal that was etched by a computer. I distorted the shutter on my camera to catch it. Here's a subliminal face of a kid you could clearly see, and this was from an ashtray. Just me flicking ashes in an ashtray, and the computer was able to etch it to look like this. And here's another face that you could clearly see that was etched in an ashtray. That's all ashes from cigarettes and cannabis. So enough about that, back to poker. Let's see if there's any tournaments. So I need 250K. Oh, and another reason why I know that it's rigged online is on PokerStars over a year ago now, at least almost 2 years ago, I made it up. I had some enough millions that I was playing in the 25 million bounty tournament for a while, and so I was playing at the biggest tables. And this was almost 2 years ago, and I've never made it back up to that level again. Ever. And that's suspicious. So who gets worse with several more years experience? And my hand history will reflect this. And they most likely changed their tournament structure because of one of my videos. I mentioned what I liked about it, and then now they changed they got rid of a couple tournaments a day later. Could be coincidental enough, but who knows? Another poker app uninstalled itself off my phone. A real money poker app. I didn't uninstall it. It took itself off my phone. I have a video if you go to MeyerDiggins, no Tinder on my phone. I have a video that shows Tinder wasn't even an option for me on my phone in the App Store. It was for other people, but not for me. I've had many partners with women, and but I've abstained from sex for probably maybe 6 years now. I used to have sex every day, almost every single day. But I would not want to have sexual relations with a woman and have her being violated by these people electronically. So I choose not to have sex. I choose to be single. I'm hitting a lot of flushes today. They're trying to make up for my luck. It's like I want luck when I play with real money. Most of the time I play with real money. I don't want luck when I'm playing with play money. And I called it out in my video yesterday. It's like the third or fourth flush I've hit. I'm just hitting everything, but on real money, I miss everything. Hands that are supposed to pay me off, I get punished by. All you have to do is watch the video yesterday. I make a full house, I lose to a higher full house. That's what happens with the real money. And it's part of the game, it's supposed to happen, but not as consistently as it does against me. Like, I'm a realist. I realize you're gonna lose sometimes playing poker. It's part of the game, unless you have the nuts. And even when you have the nuts, you can make somebody fold it if they're a rookie. I'm gonna leave this because this is kind of boring. So I want to go to, I'm gonna risk it all and sit down at a big table. It's only play money, so I'm not worried about bankroll management. If not, I wouldn't risk at all. I'm on the risk half, because poker you could make your money pretty fast. You could be 10x in 10 minutes. So if you start out with $100, you could make it up to $1,000 in say 2-3 hands. All you have to do is be lucky 2-3 hands out of 10 hands, and then next thing you know, you're gonna have $1,000. So if you ever do that, it's probably a good time to walk away. But it would be hard to, because if it happens that fast, you're not gonna be fulfilled. Your poker hunger won't be fulfilled. And that's where they get me, is the general rule of thumb is, if you're a good poker player, you want to sit down with these people for as long as possible, because luck is gonna get you in the short term, but skill beats luck in the long term, in the marathon. As long as you don't get unlucky that one pitfall hand where he has you covered or she has you covered. There's some people I play heads up with. I could tell after a couple minutes that they can't damage me. I kind of dictate the pace. I kind of decide how much I'm willing to call, how much I'm willing to bluff, etc. And so they can't damage me. It's up to me to damage me. If I go all in and they trap me, then I get busted. So it's up to me to damage me. And in real money anyways, I make a lot of them leave the table when it's just me and them heads up. I usually take their chips or they leave the table. And I'm not just saying that. All you have to do is watch all my videos, all 90 something of my videos, and you'll see the same pattern. And if, in hindsight, if you watch any of my videos, because I haven't watched any of them, I will in the future, but I guarantee you, anytime I mention something in the video, if I'm confident, I call it out, and there's an identical future situation, I most likely lose in that situation because artificial intelligence and people's confidence was shattered. So they were able to engineer a situation where I was able to lose that way later on in the tournament. I haven't watched any of my videos, and I guarantee you there's a consistent pattern. Because they're predictable. That's what makes me good at poker. People are predictable. For instance, I said a couple of videos, most of my videos from now on would only be real money, and they diminished my luck, so now I'm forced to play money hands. It's alright, because whoever cheats, they end up going bankrupt eventually. Or worse. It's one thing if they cheat me some money, but if they hijack my body to do so, that's punishable by death. If they hack my eye cameras, because I don't want eye cameras. Who wants eye cameras? Who wants parasites and rapists to see everything that you see, so they could set you up subliminally? Who wants that? Nobody wants that. So every single TV show, like Disney, they're gonna be able to see with subliminal text, software detection, all the subliminal pornography and pedophilia, bestiality that they cultivate. So they're probably trying to develop some software to cover up, to be able to cover up the software, but that's going to be hard because people were put to death because of it. So there's going to be a lot of metadata. And if you could hear how my voice changed slightly when I was saying that, that's because somebody else hijacked my body and agreed with me. All you have to do is listen to the slight inflection of my voice, the slight change that any sound technician would be able to pick up at any point in my voice when I'm speaking. I was hacked there. I wouldn't say any point in my voice, and this is a new occurrence. I don't mention being hacked as often, only within the last 10 videos. Because they're able to route kids that can't even speak and people with mental impairments to try to slow down my thought process. And it's pretty obvious whenever I mention something new. Like yesterday I was mentioning They caused me to drool several times, slightly out of the left side of my mouth and then out of the right side of my mouth. And then today, so far, it hasn't been an issue, and it wasn't an issue the day before that or prior to it for years.
Quit smoking. Killing you.
I believe she was electronically trying to hack me there. That was unfortunate. Normally I don't jam with sixes there. I was trying to win it pre-flop. So my goal is going to be to try to grind them down slowly and then put them in a position to go all in. I think he hit the river, so I'm going to call it just a C, but I think he hit the ace. Oh. I had a feeling I was going to lose. That's why I didn't even raise pre-flop, because I knew I was due to lose. Because it was a big hand. Jack 5, I know I could win with. Ace King, I know it's going to be a loser most of the time. For me, anyways. Because the artificial intelligence system doesn't realize I'm going to play Jack 5. They realize I'm going to play Ace King. So I have to outwit the artificial intelligence system. All you have to do is listen to videos from my 10 videos ago, and I didn't slur at all on any of my videos. But they have been working on it to discredit me. They hack my brain with bottlenecks to undermine me. But everything can be scientifically proven. All you have to do is go to YouTube, MeyerDiggins, Fountain of Youth. Watch that video. Scientific proof that my body's able to rejuvenate. I guess I shouldn't have went in with the 6s there, but I was trying to double up real fast because they have a 250k bounty tournament play money. So this guy's getting every single break so far, every single hand. Almost he showed he's had the winner, whether he had the best hand or not. So if oh, that's brutal. I'm gonna take the chance. There is a potential straight flush. I had a feeling he was going to call, so I didn't want to bluff too much there. Just playing tennis with the guy right now. I'm just setting him up. So this guy's winning absolutely everything and folding when I have good hands, so it's pretty suspicious. It's going to change now because they're going to stop cheating. Every single hand, he ends up rivering the winner. So there's going to be a bunch of people complicit. My cell phone company, my internet provider, the poker software company, the government, any criminals, any international communication violation crimes for hacking my thoughts. And I will be declared king one day, so that's a dereliction of duty and high treason. There's a treaty of America that mentions my family. And the beauty about it is, in the future, is I'm only going to share with countries that incorporate me as their king or one of my kids as their king or queen. And then it would become a social republic. So you get the collectivism of communism where it protects the herd, but you get the capitalism of democracy. So you get all the innovation, and but you get the protectionism where there's virtually no homelessness unless they choose to. They would have to choose to be homeless. Because communism's fundamentally flawed, because you can't get fired, people get lazy, and corruption's rampant. Corruption happens in democracy, but it's a little harder. Behind the scenes, it's just as rampant, though. Once, every single hand. Once the regular public realizes that every single court transcript, the paper trail, there's hidden subliminal in it, sometimes exonerating guilty people and falsely imprisoning innocent people. So what does he have? He's so low here. Every single paper trail, every single court transcript in all countries. And real people were put to death, so there's so much metadata. That was a brutal card. Brutal.
Be nice to each other, okay? I'm going too slow. Mommy does it.
Every single signature that me and my kids have made, there's been people that have hacked our bodies to try to steal some sort of, they think they could steal our attributes and things like that for hacking our bodies. So there's going to be a metadata trail that's going to bring these people to justice. Every single handwriting. My signature almost never looks the same. Almost never, because it's hacked every single time by somebody different. There's consistencies. But if I was to write my signature five times in a row, it's going to look different every single time. It's because I'm hacked. Can he rally back from 570? So they're trying to elicit a psychological reaction. Basically, since I don't know if you could hear that, I'm at a park bench, so there's kids playing at the park. So I realize that, so I'm not shocked by it, but people are able to simulate that I am. That was brutal, so he might be able to claw back a little bit. Let's see what garbage he had. He's 4.
I don't care.
It's pretty suspicious, Poker Stars. Can he double up again 3 times in a row?
Really? What? Pull up your hands.
It'd be awesome if he could rally back without cheating. The biggest rally back that I had was, it was play money, mind you, but after the first or second hand, I ended up with 1,750 chips, and he had 35,000. Or she had 35,000, and I came back and won. But I have him grinded pretty tight, so I'm going to keep him suppressed. He's going to have to get really lucky to beat me. I'm just going to keep grinding. Oh, that was brutal. That's 3 times I had him all in, and he came from behind. 3 times. Four times. Well, at least that was a flip that time. 4 times I had him all in, and he won. And accurately folded every time I had him when I had a hand. Every single time. When he was completely pressured here. Bet 100 chips when I had a 4 of a kind, and he didn't call. Nines.
I saved the day. Come on.
That's 5 times I had him all in, and he won all 5 times. 5 times. and accurately folded every single time I bet when I have a hand. That's suspicious. That has to be suspicious to these viewers. Every single time. Oh, he bet. He bet. So he must have a straight. To leave 5 pre-flop all in, so 5. Not 1, 5. I'm gonna try to make this an hour-long video, so I'm gonna try to bust him or finish it in 3 minutes. Because now that we're kind of playing tennis, I know what I could get from him. Because I know I'm not going to hit any cards, so he's going to call every single bluff I make, so I have to kind of check it down. It's the entry-level table on PokerStars, but he could accurately predict every single time to fold when I have a big hand. Entry-level table, play money table. Concealed pretty well, and he folded. It's pretty suspicious. I had a feeling I was going to lose that time, but I wanted to take a chance. Because he had to win, because he had jack garbage. So let's see if I could rally back in 50 seconds. So the software company is going to show how complicit they are. Entry-level table accurately folding every time. And hidden every single hand. And I'm missing every hand. And if I hit, I bet he folds. Pretty suspicious for at least 20 minutes now. Even though I have him dominated, he's a weak player. If he wasn't cheating, I would destroy him. I'm gonna play till we win, and I guarantee you I win unless he cheats. Guarantee it. He's a weak player. He's playing Jack 5 or whatever he was. But did he hit the queen? So it's pretty suspicious that at the beginning of the video, there was I was at a higher stake table, and But this lower stake guy is playing 100% better, winning every single flip, every all-in situation he won, and calling every single time I'm bluffing. Every single time. All you have to do is watch any of my previous 90 videos, and I have like at least a 90% bluff success rate. At least. So without people cheating, I bluff successfully all the time. All the time. But against this guy, I've had yet to have one bluff go through. And this is at the 4K entry-level table play money. I just won a $10 tournament a couple days ago. And this is the entry-level play money tournament table. Well, I'm getting unlucky. Well, I guess I don't even have enough to leave, so you need at least 4K to leave, so he had to get lucky there because I had him dominated. 6 all-in times. 6. I was getting bored anyways, but he was all in 6 times and won every single time. Pretty suspicious, Poker Stars.